Hey folks, Wolf81TX here. Today we've got the Mossberg 935 semi-automatic Magnum 12 gauge shotgun. I know that's a mouthful. I recently came across this as a trade. A fella gave me a really good deal on it, but before I traded it, just like any other gun, I decided that I was going to look it up. And I was actually drawn to it because of all the negative reviews I found. A lot of people did not find this gun too appealing. They had a lot of problems with them. This, I don't know, I just had to try it out because the reviews I read that were good were great. People sang praises about it. But the bad reviews were really bad. People were saying it wouldn't cycle, and so I had to check it out. So I took it out right after I got it. Took a look, make sure it's clean, ready to go. But it was also dry. I wanted to try and see if I could find a problem with this gun. And it cycled perfectly. And I took it out again and tried different things that I know normal people will try in a shotgun such as this. And I found the problems. So today I'm going to show you the problems. I'm going to show you how to avoid those problems. And I'm going to show you just how great a shotgun this is. Now, for you duck hunters, this is the gun for you. They sell this at Cabela's for around 700 bucks. Usually they have the camouflage version. This is the black one. This comes with the fiber optic sight. Get that close so you can see it. That comes with it straight out of the box. So, I have not done any modifications to this gun. The previous owner did not do any modifications. This is the way it came. And it's, like I said, it's just a great shotgun. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it, but I'll go ahead and get into that now. The biggest issue with it is that it's made for 3-inch and 3.5-inch shotgun shells. The problem that a lot of people were having is they're trying to shoot 2 3/4. I tried this out just to see what would happen, and the standard clay shooting 2 3/4-inch shells aren't heavy enough. They don't pack enough punch to cycle this long bolt. It's got a pretty long bolt in it to be able to get the 3.5-inch shells out of there. Now, 3-inch, 3.5 cycle perfectly every time. The 2 3/4, not so much. And we're going to head out to the range and I'll show you what that's all about. Okay, here we are at the range, and I just want to touch on some things that I missed before on the gun. It is drilled and tapped for a scope mount of your choosing. So if you like having a red dot or whatever on your shotgun, it's already drilled and tapped for that. The bolt release right here, whenever you want to go ahead and load it, which right now we are hot, that's why we're keeping it pointed that way, and the safety is on, is that bolt release. When the bolt's pulled all the way back, all you do is press that button, it automatically feeds it. So I'm going to go ahead and take some shots, and that way you can actually see the gun cycle, and I'm going to do it as fast as I can. We'll just see how big it is. Now this thing has a long bolt. Remember, it's designed for 3.5-inch shells. So it's not going to be quite as fast as some of the other ones you've seen. Here we go. Now, the cool part is, because of the way this gun is set up, I didn't even feel that. I mean, yeah, of course, I feel the recoil, but it doesn't hurt. It doesn't jam into your shoulder. And you'd think, pretty hot-loaded 12-gauge shells, this is going to actually hit you a bit. The way this gun is designed, anybody can shoot it. Seriously. I mean, it's got the right weight to be able to stay pretty close on target. 9 times out of 10, you are not going to be pulling them off that fast. If you're pulling them off that fast, you're doing what I was doing. You're playing. So, it's just an all-around, it's a good gun. The fiber optic sight up top helps actually line it up a lot. That's the first time I've ever had a fiber optic sight on a shotgun, and I actually like it. I'm probably going to keep going with those. But now, as far as the bolt release I was telling you, here it is. Press it, you're good to go. And we're going to go ahead and load her up. And I've got a propane tank out here behind me. I may go ahead and kick it over there just a little bit so you can see it a little easier when I'm shooting it. And I'm going to see if I can keep it on there the entire time. All right. Now, put our ears back on. Let's have a little more fun. I enjoy shooting this thing. It's fun. Up. Okay. Our first malfunction. This with 2 3/4 inch shells. It didn't quite get that one out. Safety on, since that's now hot. That is where people are having the problem. This gun is not designed for 2 3/4 inch shells. It's designed for 3 3.5. That's why they call it the 12 gauge Magnum. So, I was actually hoping that would happen, just so I could show you what happens with this. On 3 inch, which I'll load a couple of those up here in a second, that will never happen. And even in the 3 inch, this thing's a joy to shoot. Okay, try this again, see if we have another malfunction. Oh, no malfunction. Now, like I said, these are hot loaded, so the odds of me having a malfunction is not as great as it would be with a normal load. So keep that in mind when you actually go to buy this gun, if you decide you want to buy it. Now I'm going to load it up with a few 3 inch Magnums, and you can see what those do. This is Black Cloud Steel shot shells, by the way. Alright. Hot. Go. I think I just blew that propane tank up. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was, if you're looking at the Mossberg 935, maybe it was a little informative for you, because I know if you're like me, you've been researching this gun, you've looked it up, and you've seen all the bad, terrible reviews for this thing. It really blew me away after I tried it, and I said, man, how in the world can these people do that? How can they be that negative about it when they're obviously, they know they're doing the wrong thing? A lot of people even said, yeah, Mossberg says you're not supposed to shoot 2 3/4 inch shells in it. Well, then why are you doing it? Plain and simple. 3 inch, 3.5. That's all it says it'll do. There's a reason. The reason why is this is a big, heavy bolt. It takes a little bit for it to actually push it back. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know in my previous video I said that the new explosives were coming. I do have the Titans. I got them in. I mentioned in the video I was going to keep you up to date on the customer service for Kick-Ass. They were awesome. Now, I never got an email back from them. What I did get is 1 week after I sent the email, I got a box sitting on my front porch when I got home from work. I opened it up, and there was the catalyst I was missing. Now, inside that box with the catalyst was a handwritten note apologizing for the inconvenience. How many companies do you know will write a handwritten note to apologize? Most of them not. They don't even write down their signature. They just put a stamp. It's punched out on a computer. So Kick-Ass is an awesome company. And I'm not sure if I'm going to get a chance to do it this weekend, but pretty soon we will be doing them. And you'll be able to see what these things can do. They're awesome. So y'all take care.